S.O.A.P is our daily study of the Bible, featuring a scripture, an observation, an application, and a prayer. Good morning. Today is Tuesday, September 21st. I'm Tom Tracy, and this is your daily S.O.A.P. Our scripture for today is Galatians 6:1. Dear brothers and sisters, if another believer is overcome by some sin, you who are godly should gently and humbly help that person back onto the right path. And be careful not to fall into the same temptation yourself. And the observation is, be gentle. In the application, believers fail and they fall. Now, I know that we don't always like to talk about that, but it's something that happens. It's something that is reality, and it's something that Paul also noticed in his time. We also, unfortunately, tend to eat our wounded. What I mean is that when a believer falls, or as Paul says, is overcome by some sin, we tend to ostracize them and push them away. We cast them aside and assume that they've given up on Christ, and then we give up on them. Or we berate them and we tell them how bad of a person they are, and we become harsh and tell them how they're disobedient out of God's will. But you know what? All the time that we're doing that, we are also being disobedient and have gone outside of God's will. Paul tells us that we're to be gentle and humble, not proud and arrogant and harsh, as we gently guide that person back onto the right path. He also tells us that we need to be careful because we're no better than they are, and we can wind up being stuck in the same sin or falling back into our sin again. We can't be harsh and arrogant and prideful. We need to learn to be gentle and humble. We need to be careful that we don't fall into the same pit that the believer that we're trying to recover has, and we need to make sure that we don't continue to eat our wounded. We need to learn to be gentle, loving, and caring. After all, we have the best example that you could ever ask for. Jesus himself was gentle, loving, and caring. He wasn't harsh and mean to those that have fallen away. He was gentle and loving. He was welcoming and including everyone, regardless of their sin. Be gentle, loving, and caring. Jesus was, and that's worked out pretty well for us, hasn't it? Our prayer for today: Father, forgive me for the times that I've not been gentle with others that have needed restored. Help me to always remember the way you've loved me and brought me back to you. I trust that the Lord has spoken to you through this message today. If so, do me a favor and hit like and share and send it to a friend. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you here again tomorrow. Have a great day. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and check us out. Surf around, and if you like what you see, do me a favor and mash that subscribe button and hit the bell.